Hello, I'm back from Australia, suffering from incredible jet lag. Day over there is night here, and so it gets you get a little turned around when you're gone that long because you adjust to that system and then you come over here and it's completely different. But it's a welcome relief to be home, even though I had such a wonderful trip. And I'm excited that most of the items that I bought made it home with me. I tried to get everybody a souvenir, which meant I had to buy a new suitcase as usual and pay the extra fees. And I had to wait in line an hour to be able to pay for that extra suitcase at the airlines, which was a little frustrating. But I ran into another author there. It was the most random encounter. I had met her in Tasmania at the conference, and I was in Sydney, which is, hours away. And she happened to be there too. And she was at the desk paying. There was only 5 people in line. And she was at the desk paying for a suitcase too. And she turned around, looked at me, and I looked at her. And we were shocked. It was such a random, small world kind of thing. It was kind of fun. But anyway, I got my suitcase on. And I got most of my stuff home. I got Caden, my grandson, this cool crocodile tooth from one of the wildlife adventures that we went on. And I got Ella these really cute kangaroo earrings. So they made it just fine, but I also stopped at, you guys know me, I can't pass up a bakery or a chocolate shop. So I wound up in this chocolate shop called Cocoa Black, and they had them at their malls. And their chocolate was divine, especially their hot chocolate. It was literally like melted chocolate bars like you find in the Polar Express. Every time I read that line, it makes me want that kind of thick, rich hot chocolate. And that's exactly what they serve. So Ted had it on his radar, and we had to go back numerous times for this hot chocolate. And every time I was in there, I was tempted to buy chocolate. So this last time we were visiting, I'm like, okay, I'm loading up. I'm going to bring everybody chocolate. And they had the cutest koala bears and platypuses. And I thought, oh, my grandkids will love these. And so I bought them. They were quite expensive. And then this is how they made it home. So nothing like the animal that they started out as. So Ted said, oh, just give it to me, I'll eat them. I said, no, I'm still going to give it to them and let them see what they can get out of it. But especially the koala, I guess it's on one side. I was going to say there's not much chocolate there. But anyway, so that was kind of funny. And I got other chocolate too that broke open. So when I opened my suitcase, there were chunks of it everywhere. So it was like, oh shoot, all this really nice chocolate didn't make it home. But fortunately, most of the other stuff did. And I can't wait to give everybody their gift. And I came home to a gift for myself, which was my Brenda Novak book box has arrived, my September box. I was really looking forward to this one because we included something that Alexa and I had been talking about for some time, and we went back and forth on size and what it would say. And so we ended up with this beautiful glass, and it says, because reality can wait, and it has an open book. And I just thought that was such a perfect saying when you're enjoying a glass of wine or even a glass of something else. We were careful not to use wine in any regard in our saying, because this is great for sparkling cider or whatever you want to put in it. And you can even add extras on to your September box. So if you haven't ordered yours, make sure you do and get some extra glasses so you have a set. Or you can give them to a book-loving friend or book-loving relative, or even your local book group. If you have an in-person book group, this would be a really cool thing for everybody to have. And we are going to be having something special at our September book group meeting, which is Thursday, September 25th. And that is going to be a special wine tasting with our resident wine hero, I was going to say, expert, my son-in-law, Vinny. He has done, I don't know if you guys remember, but we did a wine tasting before with Vinny, and this was one of the wines we tasted, this Story Point, which of course is cool. I love labels of wines. Like I love covers of books for some reason. It's kind of weird. I want to collect them just for the labels. They're kind of art to me. But I think the marketing is cool that they do for wine. They get very clever with it. But anyway, so Vinny did a excuse me, something in my throat. Vinny did a wine tasting with us before. And so this is going to be a class where we'll learn a little bit more about wine. And Alexa included 4 wine tasting cards in your box so that you can invite friends to join us. So they can come over to your place and join on the Zoom link that we will be having after the class, or after our book group meeting is over when we take this class. And you can get just the wine glass and the wine tasting stuff separately from the box. So if you already have the book, you've already read it, and you just want to get the wine glass and join us for the wine tasting, then that is an option, of course, for less money. Now, I wanted to show you too that the wines we will be tasting will be different than the ones we did before. So not the Story Point wine. These are the ones that we're going to have here. They're readily available at any grocery store, so they're easy to find, but you don't have to get all of them if you don't want to. You can get on and just watch and see which ones we end up liking the best. You can get 1, you can get 3, 6, you can do all of it with us if you want. So we also have in this fun box, because the book is set in France, we wanted to kind of stick with that French theme with, you know, wine and something else that's decadent, that's French. And so we went with this Madeleine. And the history of the Madeleine is interesting, so make sure you read it on your card. We always try and choose items with an interesting history or that come from female-owned or minority-owned businesses, small businesses. We love to support them. So we're very thoughtful about what we put in the box. There's usually a reason it has a great history or great connection to the box, or a business that is deserving of spotlighting. So these you can do many fun things with. You can dip them in chocolate, which is my favorite way to eat them. You can sprinkle them with powdered sugar. So they're just a delicious little treat. You can even sprinkle them with a little bit of maple syrup. You could do a lot of things with them. They're very tasty. So we also have our surprise item in this box. You guys have been asking for the second set of stickers, and here they are. And I know that you guys often say, why don't we just get the whole set of stickers in January's box? And it's because that's impossible for us. Publishers don't have their schedule set for the second half of the year. It's hard enough for us to even get titles. And evidence of this is, I don't know if you can see, but here's my correct cover. And if I can get hold of the first set we sent out to you in April. These are still available, by the way, so you can get the first set if you don't have them, and you can end up with a set of all of them. But here is my cover that we thought we were gonna have. And it was a beautiful cover. We were happy with it. We were like 90% sure that was going to be it. And then at the last, I don't know, few days, my publisher decided, oh, maybe that isn't quite what we want. We've had some feedback from other departments in the publisher, and we want to change it. And then they ended up going with this one. So, and I love this one even better. So I'm happy with the change, but we included the new one so you can get the actual right cover on this second set. So we have to break the stickers into 2, but Alexa knocked it out of the park. Because you guys seem to enjoy stickers so much, she designed so many. So, and they're so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys got to see how beautiful these are. And they go in your book tracker so well. You can decorate them. You can decorate your Bookstream water bottle. We still have those available, by the way. And you can put these on. They're waterproof, so that's kind of nice. They stand up to washing. Pretty, I mean, obviously they're not going to last forever, but they are resistant to that just wiping off. They're not like those old stickers that aren't protected. So anyway, there's just sheet after sheet of really cute things. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in all the gift shops I went into, one sticker nowadays is like $3 to $5 for one sticker that's this size. So stickers have gotten very expensive, and these are all hand designed by Alexa. So we think it's a really special surprise item. So we hope you guys are enjoying the stickers. You can also order these separately or add them onto other boxes. So Alexa tries to make it as convenient and easy as possible for you guys to get the things that you want. Even though everything we do is pretty much exclusive to us, because she's had her hand in it in some way in design. So last but not least, we have this beautiful book, which I am really excited to dive into, by Kristen Harmel. And we will be interviewing her at our book group meeting this Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Let me show you how she's signed all of these books. And of course, Jennifer was so kind, my niece who does all our packing, to make sure it gets the sticker that shows you that it's been signed. So this is a lovely hardcover, and all the feedback has been so great so far. I am diving in. I'm a little late. I was caught up in books that I was reading on my trip, and I didn't have this with me. It was in my box here. So I haven't read this yet, but I'm diving in to get it done before Thursday, and I can't wait because it's something I've been looking forward to. But I did get a lot of reading done on my trip. I actually read like 4 books, which I haven't had the time to do that in forever, but I had such a long airplane ride. I traveled for 24 hours there and 24 hours back. So it definitely gave me some time to get some good reading done, and I'll do a post about the books I read and what I thought of them soon. Now, I want to let you know about something fun we're doing. You know, when we do these boxes, we procure so many items from so many different places, and we've been doing it for 8 years. And we always offer the option, if you want, because you may already have, for instance, you may already have this book. So if you get September's box and you already have this book, you may think, oh, I don't want that, all the contents. I only want part of it. Well, now you can change out, we've always had this, you can change it out to one of my books. So if you're working toward your 50 plus pin, trying to read all 50, this is a great way to do that, or just to pick a book from my backlist that if you already have this one, you may want to get. So that's always an option. But when that happens, of course, then it frees up the other author's book and we have a little bit of leftover inventory. So we're talking about what should we do with these fabulous autograph leftover books. And we thought, oh my gosh, we'll do this really cool surprise book thing that you can do as a gift or for yourself. And Lexa designed, well, these are actually, this is the painting that we had done by, I think it's Ideal Shelf. And they do such a good job with the way they do their book covers. And so this is a book that you don't know. It's a surprise. You can pick the genre, but you won't know exactly what the book is. You can even pick one of mine. And I've written 80, so that'll even be a surprise. But you can pick between 4 genres. It can be suspense, romance, women's fiction, or historical. And it'll come beautifully wrapped like this. And it's only $22. And it'll include some fun extras. Now, it could be a hardcover, it could be a mass market, it could be a trade, but we're going to make sure the value for everyone is the same because we'll add fun little extras to make sure that they all go out at the same value. For instance, this is an example of where, you could get this one and it would come with the surprise autographed book and the cute pen that's green that has a fun reader saying on it and an English tea pack. So we'll have fun just figuring out what little extras to include and what to send. And all you put is the genre, or you can pick one of my books and the genre because I've written in all 4 of those genres too. So this will be a fun little thing that you can give to your book buddies and to other ones. Or like I said, if you want to send yourself a gift, you deserve it. So hopefully you will love that. And this is just to show you an example of some of the books that we have autographed copies of that we have a few left over. So it could be Ronnie Lauren's What If You and Me? It could be many more than these. These are just an example to show you. We have Before She Was Found by Heather Gutenkopf, which is a nice suspense thriller. We've got even autographed copies of The Queen of Romance, Queen of Christmas, Debbie Macomber. So this one is It's Better This Way. So you could get one of these 3 or a broad selection of many others. As I said, we've done this for 8 years. So that gives us a lot of books to choose from. So hopefully you will love this new little fun thing that we're doing with our leftover books, and you'll get some cute surprise books in the mail soon. So join us for the book group meeting. Definitely put that on your calendar. Definitely grab a ticket. Even if you don't have September's box, grab a ticket so that you can have Vinny. The ticket's only $5 to come. And we only have to limit that because Zoom, limits how many we can have on. Everybody who gets a subscribe, even the subscribers, they get, of course, the ticket to come to the after party Zoom. But even if you just got September's box and you're not a subscriber, you also have a ticket to come. So we can't wait. And you can also bring friends, as I mentioned, because we gave you those extra cards. You can have a few friends come over to your house and do that with us. So anyway, hope to see you at the meeting. Grab your wine glasses, your tickets to the wine